February 27th, a broad central U.S. trough with embedded shortwaves is driving the primary operational weather today, with active precipitation from the southern plains through the Midwest into the Northeast, while the West sits under a mix of residual Pacific energy and interior mountain effects. For the morning push, the most consequential impacts are along the Mississippi and Ohio valleys into the mid-Atlantic and New England, where a surface low-lifting northeast is maintaining widespread IFR to low MVFR ceilings, steady rain, and embedded heavier bands. Expect the greatest terminal constraints from Dallas-Fort Worth and Memphis through Nashville, Indianapolis, and up toward Chicago and Detroit, with periodic reductions in visibility and wet runways affecting arrival rates. As the system translates east, the focus shifts to Pittsburgh, Washington, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston, where strong isentropic lift north of the warm front supports stratiform rain, and pockets of low-level wind shear near the coastal jet. Gusty surface winds on the warm side of the boundary will create crosswind considerations, particularly along the I-95 corridor in coastal New England, while colder air wrapping in behind the low keeps mixed precipitation confined mainly to interior higher terrain. Aloft, the tightening mid-level gradient around the trough axis is producing moderate turbulence in the 18 to 30,000 foot layer across the central and eastern CONUS. So anticipate ride reports and potential reroutes around the more organized precipitation shields. Icing risk today is primarily in the colder sector from the central plains into the upper Midwest and interior Northeast, generally in the 3 to 12,000 foot layer within stratiform clouds, with supercooled liquid water supporting at least light to occasionally moderate accretion. Across the southeast from Atlanta through the Carolinas and into northern Florida, expect periods of rain and lowered ceilings ahead of the front, improving gradually from west to east as drier air works in, though morning departures may still contend with marginal VFR and lingering showers. Florida Peninsula terminals remain largely VFR outside of brief coastal showers with lighter winds and fewer constraints compared to the rest of the east. Out west, the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies see scattered mountain snow showers and localized IFR in terrain, but major hubs from Seattle and Portland down through San Francisco and Los Angeles trend 5FR with only passing mid-level cloud decks and typical afternoon onshore breezes. The Rockies continue to generate mountain wave turbulence downwind of higher terrain, especially east of the Continental Divide, impacting Denver departures and overflights. In summary, today is a classic trough-driven event with the highest operational risk centered from Texas to the Northeast. Plan for wet runways, reduced ceilings, embedded convection in the warm sector, icing in the cold sector, and a broad area of moderate turbulence along and east of the Mississippi, while the west remains comparatively manageable outside of terrain effects.